the fifth portion. Yaakov has 11 children by now, and he wants to leave, but Lavan says, hey, I got wealthy because of you. I know my blessings come through you. Smart guy, right? It's the world needs to recognize that his name is, well, not yet. His name's Yaakov now, and which is one of the names of the Jewish people. Beis Yaakov, the house of Jacob, and Bnei Israel, the children of Israel. So yeah, through Israel, you're going to get the blessings. Against them, it's your demise. All right. Chapter 30, verse number 28. So Lavan wants to keep him. So he says, you've specified the payment due from me, and I will pay you accordingly. Nakvak, Targuma, Perish, Agorcha. Specify your wage. That's according to the you'll let in? Thank you. Okay. And he said, I love to him. So he responded, Yaakov, you know, how I worked for you. In other words, faithfully. How all of your livestock was with me. Right? All of your livestock. Rashi says, so you know how small the sum of the livestock was originally that you entrusted with me, right? There was a little that was before me, and then it increased. Larayv, to plenty. Vayivarach Hashem oischa, and Hashem blessed you. Leragli, on my account. Va'ata, now, Mosai ese gamanechi levesi. Now, and others, so I've been working for you, and you've become wealthy, right? How am I now going to make for myself, for my home? I need to make the wealth now for my home, right? Rashi in 30, Laragli means literally to my foot, right? Which means Bishvil Bias Ragli. That's what I mean, because my arrival when I came by foot to you, right? Im Ragli Bias Habracha, with the coming of my foot, blessing came to you. Kamoy Ha'am Asher Beraglecha. Well, you have another instance where the entire people are at your feet. The people that are at my feet. Boy Mimi, that came with me. Just showing other instances where we see that term. Now I need to do for my own house. For the needs of my household. Presently, right? Now. There are none who work for my needs, except my sons. I also have to do my work with them, the samcham, to support them. And that's what it means. Also means also I have to do my part, right? Okay. So Lavan said, so which I give you. Yaakov said, don't give me anything. Oh. But if you will do for me this thing, ashuva, I will return and to pasture your cattle, your sheep, your flock rather. Eshmor, I will tend to them. Evor, bechol tzoincha, I will go through, I will pass through, go through bechol tzoincha, all of your flock today, hayoim, the haser, and I will remove from there, misham, kolseh, every sheep, nakud, that is white speckled, vitolu, or white blotched, he goat, kolseh chum, as well as a solid auburn lamb, bakvasim, amongst the lambs, the tolu, and a white blotched menokud, or a white speckled VaYeitzei in the she goats. That, all right, the sheep and the goats that will bear from now on these markings, right? That's what Rashi is going to explain, right? You see, in the solid, in the bold is the actual verse, and in the non-bold, regular print is added, Rashi's explanation, right? So the sheep and the goats that bear now the markings and colorings of those segregated, that will be my payment, right? Let's see Rashi. Nokud, speckled, right? Minumar, it's dotted. With fine spots. Kamoi nekuda, like a nekuda means a point. In Old French, pointure. Toli, toli is patches. Patches, a patch. Buvais rechovais, large white spots. Or wide spots, not white, I'm sorry. Chum, brownish. Shechum, auburn. Daimela adim is similar to red or reddish brown. And in Old French, a rose. Lashon Mishnah, language of the Mishnah. Shechamitis nimtzeis levana, reddish brown. It is found to be white. Le'in tvua, with regard to the color of crops. Okay, whatever that means, I don't know. Just showing another, again, often Rashi showing an instance where the word is used. These are terms that are being used for the first time. So he shows other instances and how this is what it means to prove his point. And that will be my wage. Those that will be born. Mikana lahaba from now on. In other words, I'm going to take these, right? The nikudim, tloyim, the speckled, and the patched, be easy among the goats. Chumim, and the auburn mikvasim amongst the sheep. Usually they will be mine. V'oisan sheyeshan achsham, and those that are now, right, presently the speckled, the patched among the goats and the auburn among the sheep. Hifish mehem, separate from the flocks that I will care for. And trust them in the hands of your sons. Shall I say, Marli, that you should not say to me, that those who are born from now on, that those were among the flock from the start, right? So separate, let your sons take care of those. And now when I will have these kind of sheep and goats, right? Right, and furthermore, I want to set aside these goats and sheep, Shaloi Taimarli, that you should not say to me, Al Yedei Hazacharim, by means of the males, Shehem Nikudim Mutuluyim, the males, right, were the speckled and the patched, Tiladna Hanakevas Dugmosam, the females will give birth to ones resembling them, Mikan Ve'elach, from now on. Separate the speckled and the dappled goats and the auburn sheep, so that Lavan should not accuse Yaakov of intentionally breeding those types. Separate them. Va'ansa, bitzi kaschi, b'yom machar. Ansa, sometime in the future, it says over here. Interesting. Yeah, it's more like will testify in me, tzikasi. In other words, this will testify, right? In me, my integrity, my righteousness, by yom today, mochar, and in the future, right? By yom mochar, in a day in the future, actually. Hisavai al schari lefanecha, because my payment will come on behalf before you. Kol asher inin nokud v'toli, anything that is not nokud, speckled, right? Totally patched. Va'izim, those are the male ones, right? Goats. V'chum b'kvasim, and the female that are auburn, ganavumi hu'iti, then it's stolen by me, right? In others, if I'm going to have any other kind of sheep or goats, then you know that I stole it, right? I can only have those three types. Pretty honest guy. When he's dealing with a person who's so not honest. Okay. On Sabi, so let my integrity talk for me. Answer, so like respond for me, right? Testify for me in a sense, right? If you're going to suspect me, that I'm taking anything of yours, my integrity will testify for me. Because my integrity will come, then will testify regarding my wage before you. Because you will not find in my herd anything but speckled or dappled ones, or patched ones, right? Right. So not even the auburn ones; those are the female, right? Yeah. And any which you will find among them, it's not speck, the totally or dappled. Or sorry, no, actually no, Archaim or auburn. No, yeah, he left it out before, but now he says it. That's interesting. Why? But that you can assume that I stole it from you. And as a theft, it's by me. Wow. And remember, he's not taking from his flock such sheep, right? So, how's he going to make that kind of sheep? Interesting. But yeah, but Lavan said, hey, sure. Hallelujah. It should only be according to your words, Rashi. Hey, Lashon Kabbalah's door. It was an acceptance of what the words of the person. If only you should want such a thing, because it's crazy. It's putting himself into a bind. He's not even getting such sheep, right? No, look. And he removed on that day Lavan, right? All of the male goats that were spotted and patched. So so in addition, he also took all the white speckled and the white patched he goats and all of the white speckled and white patched she goats. Lava removed all of the auburn sheep, right? With white markings in addition to all of the solid ones. He left all the animals that he took in charge of his sons. Rashi also Lavan b'yemahu, who it says he, who's the he? So Rashi said it was Lavan on that day, right? Tiyashim, Yizim, Zocharim. These are he goats. Kol love. That's interesting that now Yeah, no, we didn't know. Okay. Yeah, he goats, male goats. Kol asher lavan boy, kol asher haisa boy, chavar buries lavana. Anything that was white in it, anything that had any white markings in it, he took away. V'yitin lavan b'yad manav, he gave it to his sons. V'yasam derech shloshis yomim, and he separated himself and his flocks from Yaakov 3 days journey. Beinu ben Yaakov v'Yaakov reyes tzayin Lavan anay sarais, and Yaakov continued to pasture the rest of Lavan's flock. Rashi and Asaris haruish behem. These are the inferior ones among them. Achaylis that were sick, v'hakarais, and those who were sterile. Shenem elashirayim. He only had the remnants, right? Because that's what the word Rashi is picking up on the word noisaris, the rest. Rest meaning the leftovers, right? Those are the ones he got. So what did Yaakov do? Yaakov, and Yaakov took for himself makil livne. He took himself a makil is a stick, right? That was livne, a fresh aspen. Okay, lach that was fresh. Okay, that's fresh, right? The luz, the armoin, and so that's one stick. And then he took a hazel stick, the fatzel by him. Fatzel is a hazel chestnut stick, and then he peeled away. The fatzel means he peeled away by him. Fatzel is the peel. Lavanis that was white on top of these sticks. Machseif halavai. So exposing the underlying the white layer, Asher al hamaklis, that was under the sticks. Rashi, Yasar, no, sorry. Rashi, Makelavoin, Livna, rather, Livne. So, aspen stick. Okay. Eitzu, this is from, it is of a tree, Livne, and that's its name. Come on, the Tema, like the verse says, Tachasi Livne. Beneath the oak and the aspen, or poplar tree. I say that it's called tremble in Old French. Shu lavan, which is it is white. Lach moist. Shu ratuv, when it's fresh, right? So it was, I guess, freshly cut from the tree. Luz, hazel. Additionally, he took makil luz, a rod, a stick that was of hazel, lamboy, that the tree on which grow agazim dakim, small nuts. In Old French, coldere. Va'armain, chestnut. Old French, chestnut, whatever. Pitzolis, strippings. Klufim, many peelings. Shahaya oisehim in umar, he would made it spotted. Aha, meaning like he didn't take off all, it sounds like he didn't take off all the peelings. Enough that it's kind of become a spotted stick by peeling. I think that's the way I understand it. Machsev halavan, literally meaning the laying bare of the white. Gilui levin shel makel, exposing the whiteness of the stick. Because when you would peel it, hayanira and vinigla levin shaloi, the whiteness would appear and be exposed. B'mokom makoluf, in the peeled place. So yeah, it sounds like he didn't peel the whole thing. Okay. So now what happened? The yatzig is maklis, and he placed the sticks, or displayed. Yeah. Okay. Asher Patzel that he peeled, by Rahatim in the troughs. The water that where they would come the flock to drink their water in these water troughs. That the sheep would come. This is the the female sheeps, right? That they would come to drink facing hatzain, facing the animals, and they mated with the he-goats when they came to drink. So he placed these sticks, right, in the trough. Let's see Rashi. VaYeitzei, he stuck them in Kintargumai, the eats. Lashon techiva menitzahu means inserting and sticking in. The Lashon Rami in the Aramaic language. V'har beyesh, and many examples of this in the Talmud, in the Gemara, in the Talmud. That's a shalfei, and he stuck the plant in the power plot. That's be midday. Just bringing different examples of how that means to stick. So he stuck it into the trough, right? Okay, Berahatim, next Rashi, in the streams, he placed the rods, Bemerutza Samaim, in the running stream of water. So there's a stream of water, and I guess they set up that the troughs are next to a stream of water, right? So instead of the going into the water, it's difficult. So it comes up the water and goes through the trough. So it makes it easier for them to drink from. That's the way I understand it. Right, Baraha. So in the streams, he placed the rods, with the running streams of water, with the pools that are made in the ground, to water the sheep. So I guess these troughs are like, I guess they kind of make out of the water, so they, this way they don't have to go to the edge of the water. They make a trough by the edge of the water that's pretty low, because otherwise it won't stream through, right? It's got to be more or less the same height, right? Okay. Asher Tavina, to which the flocks would come, Be'rahatim, in the streams, Asher Tavai Hatzoy Lishtais, that the flocks would come to drink there, right? Shami Yitzig's Maklas, that's where he put the sticks, facing the flock. The Yachamena. So what did this? What did these sticks do? They would become heated, right? That's what it literally means when they come to drink. The animal would see the rods, and it would jump back. And the male would fertilize the female, when she jumped back. And would bear children, an animal that resembled it, meaning resembled what? The spotted stick. Remember, the stick was spotted, right? Rabbi Yeshaya says, "Hamaim nasim zera." So another opinion, that's one opinion, right, of how it happened. They would see the spotted stick. They would see it, and it would be it warmed them up in such a way that that they jumped back, and they were then there was mating that went on, and because they saw the spotted stick, they gave birth to something spotted. Right? Even though they themselves were not. Remember, those were all removed. Rabbi Shea says, "Hamaim nasim b'mehem." The water became semen for their innards. They didn't need a male to impregnate them. Whoa. This is what is meant, that they came and became heated when they would come to drink. So he says that's not the way it happened. What does that mean? What kind of argument what does that mean? And why does Rashi bring that as a simple meaning? Two different Opinions here? Good question. I can see in the word v'yachamina because they became heated, meaning that they became impregnated. That's what, in the heat of, yeah. All right. 39. V'yachamu hatzayin. And the animals, the flock, they mated. Elamakles, in the sight of the sticks, v'telena hatzayin, akudim v'teluyim. And they produced animals that were akudim, nekudim, v'teluyim. So akudim is an ankle ring, a white ankle ring, like by the ankles they had a white ringed around, or nikudim, which is the speckled one. Well, tluyim, that was the white botched one. So it actually added something here now, right? The ankle ring. Elamakles Rashi in 39. Elamakles to the rods, Alamaris, Amakles by the side of the rods. Akudim, the ringed ones, literally means bound ones. Akud means bound. Nishunim, they were distinct, b'mokama keidasan, at the place where they are bound. That's why it's bound ones, right? Where is an animal bound? By his ankle, right? If you need to make sure it doesn't run away. So, Haim karsel yadehim v'ragleim, which means the ankles and the forelegs of the hind legs. Okay. 40. Hakvas, he freed Yaakov, then Yaakov separated the white marked sheep. Right, those are the female. Then he took the rest of the goat flock. Pnei Hatzain, the flock facing Ela Akud, Hatzain Akud, to the face of the white ankled ringed. Right? Whole home and all of the auburn Batzain, the female auburn Lavan, that was among Lavan's flock. The Yashes loy Adarim Levade. Interesting. Why is it called Lavan's flock over here? I guess. And all the arbitrary among Lavan's flock that he produced. Lavan. And he made himself separate herds for this purpose and did not let them intermingle with the rest of Lavan's flock. I'm not clear on this for you. Let's see Rashi. So 40. Kvasim for Yaakov. Yaakov separated the lambs. And those that were born wrinkled and speckled. He separated them apart by themselves. Also, some levada, and he made them individual herds. And he would lead the ringed herd at the head of the flock, and the face of the sheep that walked behind them, would look forward towards them. That's what it says. He put the face of the flock toward the ringed. That the face of the flock El hakudim, to the wrinkled ones. El kolchum shemotza, and towards all the brownish ones that he found, but so in Lavan, they were among Lavan's flock. I don't understand that. I thought he separated those. They, I mean, I guess not clear on that. The Yashis lo yadarim, so he formed for himself a separate droves, Kameshvarashi, as I have explained. Okay. V'haya v'chol yachim hatzoin. So whenever the kol hayachim v'chol yachim and all of the heat hatzoin of the sheep hamikusharais early bearing. Oh, but Rashi doesn't buy that. Strong. Aha. Like from the word kesher, which is a knot, strong knot. The Sam Yaakov is a maklis, and he placed the sticks, right? These sticks, into the eyes of the sheep. Rahatim again back in the water. The Meina b'maklis, that they should become stimulated by the means of the sticks. Kirashi, so Onkelos understands it. Kitargumai, and you give birth early. But there's no evidence to support this, Rashi says. That it means it means strong, firm. Those who join together, the Maher Iburam, to hurry their pregnancy to give birth early. In other words, because they're strong. Okay. Oh, ba'ati fatzoim. Lo yasim. But in the week, or the later bearing, it right, of the flock, he did not place the sticks into the water. Therefore, the weaker, the late-born offspring became Lavan's, and the healthier ones born early became Yaakov's. Okay. Tufim, Rashi, the sheep that are late born, Lashon Yichud, meaning delayed, Ketargumai. Kishais, they are postponed. Lashon Ativas Ksusa means wrapping yourself with it, like wrapping yourself with a garment. Kolomer, that's to say, that they would wrap themselves in skin and wool. The Enem is obviously Yachim. They do not desire to be here to conceive Ayadei Azacharim by means of the males. So I don't know exactly what that means, but they didn't need to mate. But okay, so that whole story is now done in on how he did the mating of the flock, and now the verse says Vayifreitz, and he exceedingly Ha'ish, the man, moed, very much so. He became, right. In context, it means prosperous, but those words don't literally mean that. The rabbis, and he had many flock, ushvaches, and male, woman servants, vavadim, men servants, gemolim, camels, chamayrim, and donkeys. Rashi, tzayin rabbis, hanis rabbis, mishar tzayin, meaning the more fruitful and prolific than other flocks. Right? Shvaches v'avadim. So where did he get those from? He didn't breed them, but he had so much sheep that he sold them and was able to get servants, buy servants. Yishmas divrei b'nei Lavan, and Yaakov had heard what was saying by the children of Lavan. Lamar saying, Lakach Yaakov is called Asher Lavinu, that Yaakov took everything that is to our father, Asher Lavinu also is called Akovid Azeh. Right? He expropriated it, right? As things that belong to our father, and from our father's property, he amassed all this wealth. Asa Kotnas. What does it mean, Asa? He means he amassed. Kamoi v'yas chayil v'yachas amalek. V'yar Yaakov, it's been a Lavan, and Yaakov saw the face of Lavan, and behold, he sees it, he's not with him. Well, Shilshem, as he was earlier, previously. Hashem el Yaakov, and Hashem said to Yaakov, Shuv el eretz avisecha. Now he's got everything he needs. He's got a family, 11 of the 12 tribes, right? So, and he's got wealth now. So Hashem said to Yaakov, Shuv el eretz avisecha, return to the land of your fathers, the place of your upbringing, and I will be there with you. Shuv, Rashi. Shami Yimach, there I will be with you. There I'll be with you. But if you're going to continue with me with this impure one, Lavan, right? I'm not going to be able to have my divine presence rest upon you. Yaakov, and Yaakov sent V'yikra LaRachel, and he called for Rachel, Leah, and for Leah, Hasada El Tzadai, to the field where his flock was. Rashi, number 4. Following everybody? Amazing. Okay, he summoned for Rachel and Leah, the Rachel first, and afterwards Leah. Shehi Haisa Ikar Abayis, because she was the principal woman of the household. Shebishvila Nizdavik Yaakov Im Lavan. Because of her, that's why Yaakov formed a relationship with Lavan. And even the children of Leah, they agreed with this. Share, because we see Boaz in his court. Shevet Yehuda is from the tribe of Yehuda. They say, Kerachel, Kaleah, Sherbonu, Shtehim. Like Rachel and Leah, both who built up that they put Rachel ahead of Leah. Even though Leah had more children, more of the 12 tribes, but she was the mainstay of the house. And he said to them, I see the face of your father, he's not with me. As he was previously. And the God of my father is with me, right? And you know that with all of my strength I served your father. And your father began with me, meaning he deceived me. And he changed my conditions, aseres waiting. Right? My payment would be, right, my wages, 100 times. But God didn't let him do harm to me. The word moini means not less than 10, so 10 times 10 is 100. Moini means an amount. Klal cheshbon means a total amount, right? Some total. Ve'hein asirius in total amount in tens. If then I kuf pami. So then from this we learn that he changed his conditions 100 times. So it's interesting. I don't know where we see that in the simple meaning of the text. Because Yaakov, in this instance, he made the terms. Im koyoma nikudim yeschar recha v'yoldu kol atzayin nikudim. Im koyoma rakudim yeschar recha v'yoldu kol atzayin akudim. So now, okay, so now he says, if you would say your payment would be the speckled ones, then all of the animals would produce speckled offspring. And if you would say your payment would be the ankle ringed ones, then all your animals would produce ringed ones, right? And in this way, God, He redeemed your father's livestock from him and gave them to me. So I don't know how that shows exactly. Okay, and it was at that time, Yachim Hatzayin, during the mating of the flock, and I lift up my eyes, and I saw B'chalayim in a dream. He had a dream that the male mounted on the female goats, who were ankled ring, white speckled and white belted. Rashi, 10. Atudim, that the he goats, even though Laban had separated all of them, that the flock should not conceive in their type, the way they look. The angels would bring them from the herd that was given over to the hands of the sons of Laban, Yaakov, to the herd in the hands of Yaakov. Of Erudim, and the stripped, we understand as Kitargumai, Mafsili, the open ones, the old French, Phasar. Chum Shel Lavan, a band of white. Makiv is Gufay Savi, that goes around his whole body. Chaybum Yeshalai, and the spotted, a set of spots that make the band, Sucham Shelis Vizu El Zu, are open without interruption from one to the other. Mainly Lohavi, I don't have evidence from the Torah that this is what it means. This is how he's explaining it, but there isn't another instance where you can bring evidence that this is what it means. And in that dream, an angel of God came to me, Yaakov, and I said, here I am. Lift up your eyes and see, or lift up your right. The male goats that are mounting on the females, akudim nekudim avrudim, the ankled, the white speckled and the white belted. Because I see everything that Laban is doing to you, so I sent you the male to the herd you are tending. Anechi, I am Hakel, the God, Beiskel, Beiskel, Hashem, the Shachta, Sham, Matseva, that you consecrated a monument, Asher Nedartali, that you swore to me, Sham there, Neder, a vow. Ata, now, Kum, get up and say, Aretz, go out of the land, Hazois, this land, Meshuv el Eretz Mulad Techa, and go to the land of your upbringing. Rashi, Akel Beis Kel, Kel Beis Kel, Hey Yisera, Dechem Mikrois, so that became. Okay. Meshachta Sham, you were Meshachta. I didn't read that right. You were anointed there. Lashon Ribu Yivigdulam. It's denotes a promotion and greatness. Kenimshach lemalchus, like one who was anointed to become a king. Kachi yitzak shem al reishay. Similarly, Yaakov poured oil on top of the pillar, right, earlier. Liyaz meshucha lemizbeach, that it should be anointed as an altar. Asher nedarta li, that you vowed to me. Tzarechata lishalmoi, you must pay it. Shamarta, but you said, Yeh beis halakim, that it will be a house for God. Shetakriv sham karbonos, that you will bring offerings. Okay. They responded, Rachel and Leah, and they said to him, do we still have a share in an inheritance, our father's household? Do we still have lom? Why should we oppose to your return? We don't have anything. We're not going to hold you back. It's not like we have anything here. He's not leaving anything for us. He's leaving it only for his sons. Are we not considered like strangers? Considered to him, he sold us. And not only that, he spent our wage money on himself. In other words, he sold us for 14 years of labor. For you had to work 14 years for us, right? He wasn't thinking of us; he was thinking of himself. 15. Are we not considered like strangers? I feel of Isha, even in a time, that it's a practice of people, let's say, the dunya to give a dowry to their daughters. When they get married. He treated us like we're strangers. Because he sold us to you. The schar for the labor that you would do for 14 years. In our money, for he withheld the money due for the wages of your labor. Right? As he said, he's changed everything, right? Last verse. Oh boy. He kol asher asher hitzil Elokim avinu lon u'behu levenenu v'ata kol asher amar Elokim alecha aseh. So the only thing that belongs to us is our children, is right, is all the wealth that God took away from our father. So now do whatever God has instructed you. Rashi. He called Aisha rather. Yeah, all of the wealth. Kiza Mishamish Veloshanella means rather over here. Kaloim Mishalavino Ein Lanu Klum, from our father we have nothing. Ella rather Mashi Tzilakadosh Baruch Me'avinu, but only that which God saved from our father. Shalanu, that's what's ours. Hitzil has taken away Losh, and he fish means separated. Chen Losh not so low. The word of saving, rescuing. Shema Mikra, like Hatzolah, right? Lo Shema Hafrasha means separating. Shema Frisha, you separate one being saved, Minara, from evil. Or Minara from the enemy. Woo! You did it? I'll see you in a few.